It's pretty crazy to say this, but Reddit actually just exposed pretty much the entirety of Wall Street with just a couple of days of active trading on the stock market. Now, this is, of course, a little bit different of a video than I would usually put up. I don't generally talk about the stock market or anything that really has to do with it because, to be honest, it doesn't really fit my demographic, but man, this is one of the craziest news stories we've seen all year so far. And even if you don't trade stocks, you probably have heard about what's going on, especially with GameStop, okay? Now, to kind of break everything down simply, I have like a love-hate relationship with Reddit. Like, I make fun, I guess, of Reddit and people who use it and stuff as like a joke or whatever. Some of them don't like me because of that. It really doesn't matter to me personally, but when you see things like this unfold, man, these are the kinds of moments where you're like, bro, Reddit is actually kind of cool. Like, this is pretty funny to me. I think this is entertaining. I've made a pretty good amount of money based on this entire situation, and we're seeing a catastrophic meltdown in the wealthy elites, basically, because this is something that nobody really saw coming except for the people involved themselves, I think. Now, I trade stocks pretty much every day of my life. I have a lot of money in the market and everything, and I have never seen something on this magnitude of this kind of situation. This is far and beyond any situation I think I've ever seen on the market. This is completely wild. So everyone's been kind of wondering about this whole GameStop thing. Oh, what's the deal with GameStop? What's going on with GameStop? Well, basically speaking, a bunch of people on the internet got together and they realized something about the market. They realized that there's a couple stocks out there that are shorted so much by like hedge funds and people who have a lot of money. They realized that if the stock shot up in value somehow, they could make a shit ton of money. And at the same time, they could kind of troll all these hedge funds and these people who have their money in these shorts and stuff on the market. So short on the market, basically, let's say, especially with like GameStop, right? If you know anything about GameStop, it's a failing company. I mean, they have horrible outlooks for their company. I mean, if that company exists in like 3 years, it's going to be a miracle. They're shutting down stores en masse. They can't get consumers in the door, especially with the pandemic going on. Their prices are ridiculous. They're literally a meme for their used trade-in deals, which is actually the bread and butter of their entire business. And they've been in decline for a long time, right? Digital gaming has absolutely killed the necessity for somewhere like GameStop for the average consumer. I don't ever go to GameStop, really. Well, long story short, to explain a short, I guess it's when someone kind of like bets against a stock, to put it really simply. So like, if you think a stock is going to perform badly, you know, you might want to go ahead and short that stock, right? Well, GameStop was one of the more shorted stocks in Wall Street because of how bad the company performed and the grim outlook on their company's future. For a lot of people, it was a pretty safe bet to assume that GameStop was going to continue to perform poorly and that their stock value would continue to go down. So they have completely exploded the GameStop stock. I mean, it's trading up in the hundreds of dollars per share when just like a week ago it was like $3 and some change for a share. A guy on Reddit turned $55,000 into tens of millions of dollars overnight through this. And countless people have had their lives changed in some way or another by this whole GameStop pop-off. Even if people aren't making millions of dollars, there's a lot of people out there who pulled in thousands of dollars of gains, which they can use for whatever they choose to now. And the internet has now targeted other shorted stocks, okay, to like kind of forcefully make money with them. So another stock that this is being done to right now is AMC, and I'm literally watching this happen live. I actually have my trader up in front of me here. So AMC yesterday was like $4 per share, and right now it's about 10 o'clock in the morning here on the East Coast. It's bouncing around $14.70 per share. And here's how they exposed Wall Street, because AMC today hit a high of $20.36 so far, okay? I don't know how the stock's going to perform after I make this video, after everything's gone on. But we have seen a historic moment from AMC here. Their stock is doing absolutely phenomenal because of this, because the internet's hyping it up so much, and the stock is now, it blew through the roof overnight. But Wall Street didn't like that. Wall Street has gotten a little bit nervous about this situation, because obviously when you think of the people who run hedge funds and who make these massive moves in the stock market, we're not talking about the average person, okay? We're not talking about, you know, maybe your mom or your dad, right? They're not the ones putting $55,000 into a stock. They're not the ones even like running hedge funds, you know what I'm saying? Making all this fucking money, manipulating stocks all day long for a living, legally, basically. Probably sometimes also illegally, but, you know, they got their legal methods of manipulating the market for their own gain. And today there was so much volatility and so many people trying to trade on the GameStop stock, on AMC stock, that pretty much every major institution in stocks went down at the same time. TD Ameritrade went down, Schwab went down, I'm pretty sure E-Trade went down, Robinhood was like the first to go down. All these platforms that people used to trade stocks on mysteriously went down at the same time. Now, there's two current running theories, I guess, about this entire thing, about the institutions falling apart here. Number one is logically pretty good, you know, it makes sense, and that is that, well, so many people tried to trade at the same time, so many people jumped onto these platforms at the same time, trying to make money through this because of all the hype that's been going on, all the news coverage of it and everything, that they overloaded the servers and crashed them. Then there's also a crowd of people who believes that this was done intentionally by the institutions in order to freeze people's ability to buy and sell the stocks, so that hedge fund managers, billionaires, and the elites could get out of their positions against these stocks and basically save them from losing their asses, because the amount of money that has been lost on the GameStop shock, I guess, is in the billions of dollars. The elites lost billions of dollars worth of value shorting this stock and betting against it because some people on the internet decided they wanted them to. And it's gotten to a point where Wall Street is beginning to step in now, okay? Because NASDAQ actually just threatened to halt trading on specific stock options and things like that that people have decided to target online. Obviously, the popular ones right now are AMC and GameStop and I think BlackBerry. But NASDAQ is threatening to halt trading on these stocks. Now, why are they threatening to halt trading? Because people are sending them through the fucking moon and they're destroying hedge funds. I mean, some hedge funds have literally been wiped out because of these moves. And to show you the insanity of this, by time I'm 10 minutes into recording this audio. There's been 10 minutes of time that's passed, and I'm editing this down, of course, so it's different. But the stock has went from about $14 per share for AMC when I started this. It's now at $15.50 within that time frame, okay, per share. That's how volatile this is right now. That's how much this is bouncing around right now. So Wall Street obviously does not like losing money. So when these massive hedge fund managers and everybody have lost all this money, someone was going to do something about it. I mean, that much was pretty certain. But the fact that they're hitting back like this is nuts. And all it really does is expose Wall Street for what it really is. Wall Street is run by crooks for crooks, okay, to be honest with you. The average person in the stock market, yeah, you know, it's worth your time to invest your money, yes, of course, but you're not going to be the Wolf of Wall Street in a year. Unless you're making an obscene amount of money to invest, you're not going to be the Wolf of Wall Street in a year. And odds are you will never be the Wolf of Wall Street to begin with. You will probably always be an average person who just owns stock, right? But that's the thing about the stock market. You got your average people, you got your distinguished people, and then you have like your fucking god traders who run hedge funds, billions of dollars in the market. They're making insane plays. When the average people have started to stand up and decided, hey, we want some of the fun, we want some of the money that there is to be made in the market, rich people are losing their fucking minds right now. Wall Street is losing their minds. And they're losing their minds for a different reason you and I are. We're watching this shit and all we're seeing this happen like, oh my god, this is fucking crazy, right? Because this is unprecedented, no one saw this coming. They're all upset, they're all scared. And they're all shocked by this because they're the ones who are victim, quote unquote, to this. So what they're doing now is, I believe, they're artificially attempting to fuck with people buying these stocks. They're trying to fuck with people who are short squeezing these stocks to try and play against the people shorting them so much that they're basically now fucking cheating, okay? Because if you think about it, right, like, Wall Street has never been a place free of manipulation. It's never been a place free of people fucking influencing stocks and doing crazy things. It's happened forever, okay? These hedge fund managers, these money-making motherfuckers, right? They have been artificially manipulating the stock market forever. But they're now mad because somebody else is doing it. And instead of you and I being the victims, you know, us losing our money when they manipulate the market, now we're the ones making a fuck ton of money. We're the ones making tens of millions of dollars on trades, while they're the ones getting fucked. They don't like that. So Wall Street's lashing out now. They're threatening to freeze stocks. They're crying foul. They're complaining. Keep in mind, it's 13 and a half minutes into the audio. The stock is at $16.22. Wall Street is not having a good day. They're not going to continue to have a good day because now that this method has finally really been, I guess, applied, tested, and tried true, I personally think this is going to keep happening. I think people are going to keep coordinating these kinds of moves, and the assholes on Wall Street are going to be the ones suffering. Of course, you know, they're going to try and find a way to stop this from happening. They're going to do something, right? There's going to be some sort of move made that knocks people down from doing shit like this. They're going to try and find a way. I wouldn't be surprised if they close up some sort of loophole or something, but there's going to be something done because they're losing money, they're rich, they have the influence. We just simply can't compete. And that's what they tried to show today with AMC. At a point, the stock was frozen for trading, right? Meaning people could not buy or sell this stock on the average market, okay? But at the same time that was happening, the stock went from like $18 down to $11. From where people were fucking pulling out real quick. And if the Robinhood traders couldn't make those trades, I'm starting to assume it was people on the inside. I'm starting to assume it was hedge funds and people with inside contacts. That's the only way that they can get out of something like this. That's the only way that these people could have gotten out of their fucking losses. And it's insane to watch this happen because we're watching, you know, people on Reddit literally overnight become millionaires. And we're seeing now the ultra wealthy in our society, the politicians and everybody, they're freaking the fuck out because they don't know what to do. Ladies and gentlemen, honestly, I'm all here for it now. You know, now that I understand what's going on fully, I first with the whole GameStop thing, I was like, oh great, a short squeeze, this is going to end well. But now that I see why people are doing this, I'm completely on board because honestly, fuck these people. Anyways, with that being said, no financial advice here, guys. I mean, if you want to start trading stocks, that's on you. It's up to you to do all the research and to do all the due diligence necessary to get yourself into the market. Don't throw a ridiculous amount of money into the market on something like this that you can't afford to lose. Don't fucking, you know, speculatively trade and do stupid shit. I understand that right now, you know, you're watching stocks go from $4 to $300 a share, and, you know, you want to get in on the action, but it's always best to know what you're doing first. You need to do some research and understand how shit works before you're just throwing money in. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel. Follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at SubToOptimus. Make sure to check out Shop Opti down below. Thank you to my channel members. Your support helps my channel tremendously. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus Well, watching this lunacy unfold, and signing out. You've seen cool stuff in your life before, but you've never seen cool shit like this. Introducing Horser. Are we sure what it is? Not really, but is it interesting? Absolutely. Optimus, what do all these luxury cars and videos of horses and nature have to do with Horser? They're specially crafted in that order to make you want to buy shit. To make you think to yourself, oh, this Horser brand represents luxury and wealth and nature, and I need that. So fulfill the advertisement's role and go buy it. Horser, keep it on you, or some shit like that.